If you like this, I think you need professional help. You're beyond saving. I've been playing this for 2 hours and 4 minutes. I couldn't refund this if I had bought it on Steam. And I'm still on the tutorial area. So, nice. Is that Morrigan?
I dare say 'twas a show of force.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm sorry, I have to play the part. It's part of my costume. Oh my god! It's fucking Morrigan! Oh my god! Guys, it's Morrigan! Oh wow! Game of the year! Oh my god, my wife! Oh my god, my wife, Morrigan! Slay Queen!
Lady Morrigan?
'Tis simply Morrigan to you, Scout Harding. What a pleasure to see you again.
Except you didn't talk to Morrigan Inquisition. Shut the up.
Rook, this is Morrigan, an old acquaintance. I thought she could help.
Everyone knows Morrigan. Morrigan, who her entire thing is that she was a mysterious witch of the wilds, and she kept to herself, and she only came out of, like, you know, the crossroads and whatever to very specific moments. Everyone knows Morrigan. Everyone, like, has Saturdays and Sundays dinners with Morrigan. Really?
Whatever comes.
Words easily said, but rarely proven.
It's sad. I'm sad. I don't care. I don't care. I should be excited. I should be, you know, excited and feeling a certain way from, like, meeting Morrigan again. The way that I felt when I met her in Inquisition. I just don't care. I do not care. Because for me, she's not Morrigan. And Varric is not Varric. They're just shells of who they are. Basically. This is not my Morrigan. This is not the Morrigan that I made sleep with Alistair so I could live and rule Ferelden. And then she had a god baby. This is not Morrigan. This is not my Morrigan. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't behave like my Morrigan. And Varric doesn't behave like my Varric. They're not my companions. They're not the people that I helped shaped into characters at the end of each, you know, individual game. They're not. I don't know if I can finish this. Would you guys fault me if I cannot finish this? I just feel like we could be doing... I feel like it's a waste of time. Do you guys think that this is a waste of time? If it was funny... If it was so bad that it was funny... But it's just painful. I'm not having fun. And I don't think if anyone, aside from, like, you know, you guys laughing at what I'm me losing my mind... I don't think anyone is, like, having fun about what's happening on screen. It's just bad. I wanted to play it because I wanted to be validated. I've been cheating on this game for 4 months, and I understand that a lot of people are like, well, you haven't played it. How can you say you don't like it? Well, I have played it now, and I can 100% with 100% certainty say that this is ass. And I'm not going to be doing like other content creators and having to play 45 hours for the game to get good. Why would I do that? That's like watching season 1 of a show and waiting for the last episode for it to get good. Why would I put myself through that? It's just dumb. And that should tell you more than it tells about me. That should tell you more that I cannot finish this. I can't. I don't think I can sit here and entertain you. I think I could sit here and be like, and press buttons, but I don't think I could sit here and be entertained and have a good time for the next 45 hours of this game. Like, I could literally be watching paint dry and I would have a better time. How can they lie? How can they be so... Like, I understand that people have different opinions and different preferences and different likes and dislikes, but how can you sit there in any position of... Not, I wouldn't say power, but look, if you're a gaming journalist or you're a video game reviewer and you're sitting at like above 50k subs People are watching your videos because they care about your input. How are you gonna sit there and sell this as game of the year? How are you gonna do that? And not just be completely disingenuous with your, like, dishonest and a liar. You are a liar. If someone is telling you that this is game of the year, they can like it more or less. Game of the year? Over Wukong? Over Space Marine Stew?
I can feel lingering magic. Powerful magic. The dagger was here. Something took it.
How would you know that? How would you know that the dagger was here? You stupid How would you know?
Darkspawn. Oh no, what if it took the dagger? Only one way to find out.
Oh, terrible dialogue, terrible writing. It's the lamest I feel like I can guess. What if it took the dagger? Look, Rook! That's the Darkspawn that took the dagger. The dagger, Rook! I need you all. If you have a shred of dignity in your body, I need you to go to Steam and leave a negative review.
Big Darkspawn coming right at us!
No. Is he now?
We have to go after that ghoul. Let's get this gate open.
Look up there. That magical device.
Boring. I am bored. I'm going through the motions. I am literally going through the motions right now. I am grieving. Every time that I do anything, I'm thinking to myself, Origins wouldn't do me like this. Origins would never. If I wasn't a streamer and I had to play this, you know,
Look out.
which I would have done because I'm a fan of the saga, and I would have played this on my downtime, I would have been sobbing. Do you understand? I would have been crying my eyes out. This is terrible. I never thought I would like reach a reality where I would be saying I hope that BioWare just goes bankrupt. Really. Never thought I would live in this reality, in this universe, but here I am. I never thought
There
I
are two
would.
of these devices this time. I bet we'll need to direct beams at both of them.
Kill me, please. I'm not joking. I'm begging you. Please, kill me. This is not a joke. I need you guys to put me out of my misery. This is not. This cannot be real. This cannot be real. Please, I need to understand how those developers at BioWare sat in a room for a year or more and just really thought that this was gonna be good. This was a good sequel to Dragon Age, brother. How? I know that it's not the old BioWare team, but BioWare is still BioWare, and BioWare still has to be like, okay, BioWare is not. You know what I mean? I understand the whole like, oh, it is not the old BioWare. I am very, very, very much aware of this fact, but still, BioWare, the people that are working at BioWare have access to the vault. They have access to like literally like bits of lore that we will never, ever, ever in the history of ever know about. They have access to what could have been and what was. So really, they have no excuse in making this. They don't. It doesn't matter that this game is not made by the people that made Dragon Age Origins. I understand. James Olin has his own company. David Gator is too busy being a idiot on social media. Okay? I understand. But they have access. I have wrote a fanfiction that is like 1,000 times better than this. And I'm not a game, you know, writer. I'm not a developer. I haven't worked in BioWare. There's literally no excuse. I have written and I have read fanfiction that are 1,000, if not 100,000 times better than this. And that's reality. It's just the lack of talent. It's not a lack of, it's not the same team. It's a lack of talent. They shouldn't be making video games. The same person that I'm not making video games is the same person that they shouldn't be making video games. Because they can't. I genuinely don't want to be alive right now. Oh, she dies.
This is the eternal hymn, the prayer and the proclamation.
Yeah, so she basically attuned to the Titans, and she can speak through them, and she can warp and use the stone. Because everyone's special in this video game except you. That you're special, that's what's happening to you. There's not actual... Why? Why haven't they been able... Why have the Titans not able to, rise and awaken when literally in Inquisition, lyrium, red lyrium, but lyrium still was literally spreading like a disease all across Theras. And lyrium had never been more prominent than it was on Inquisition. Why couldn't they rise and connect with dwarves back then? Because the Fate was equally as weakened back then. So, whatever. Find lore and actually like common sense. And you literally just awaken like latent powers of your race, and all of a sudden you're just completely like a master at the craft immediately. There's no like actual struggle at all. There's not you learning to come to terms with your own powers. There's no actual struggle whatsoever. It's like, oh, I just literally heard the Son of the Stone. I'm on it. And I can use it now. So who cares? Who cares? Terrible. 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 Terrible video game. Terrible use of the lore. Dog. Games nowadays are literally designed so you cannot refund them, by the way. Instead of being designed for, for them to be good, so you don't want to refund them, they're designed so you can't refund them. ¿Y si me tiro por la ventana? ¿Qué pasa? Boring. Boring. But when...
Your pet has failed, sister.
You know what I also love? Like, this game is written like some sort of like cheap Disney movie where we are the audience in the room with the bad guys when they're monologuing to each other, okay?
Now the magic of the Dread Wolves.
Why would they say this to each other? You have failed, sister. They took the dagger from the Darkspawn that we sent to acquire the dagger, and now they have the dagger that we wanted to acquire. You fail, sister.
Dagger is hidden from me. Fen Harel meddles once again.
If his dagger...
I need to lay down. I'm gonna lay down, actually. I wanna take a quick... I'm gonna close my eyes a little bit, you know what I mean? I don't wanna do this anymore. I don't wanna do this. I don't wanna do this. I don't wanna do this. So you guys do whatever you want over there. I'm gonna do it over here. I cannot be fast. I can't. I genuinely cannot be fast. I can't.
You said something took you over.
Something like that?
And it's still with you.
Mommy is having a mental breakdown.
Yes.
Who
Dwarves
is this
have
for?
never used magic.
Who is this for? Who is this
can't.
for? Who is it for? Who is it for? not me, is not for me. Let me tell you something. Nope for me.
We're friends, so I'm gonna be honest.
We're not friends. Who the is her friend? Not me. It's so bad. It's so bad because I've said it this. You cannot just make a fourth entry of a video game and claim, oh, you don't need to play the previous 3 games to understand this. Sure, you don't have to, but that will translate into having 60 or 70% of the dialogue to be just explaining to someone that has never been ever in the history of ever exposed to anything Dragon Age. It has to be explained that how lyrium works, how magic works, how the fade works, how the darkspawn works, how the blight works, everything. This is the culmination of decades of storytelling and world building. And you plan to go into the season finale without the player not knowing what the it's going on and why are we at the season finale? Oh yeah, this is the end because, and then you have to explain exactly because of this and this and this and this, and because this was like this and this and this, and this character did this and this and this, and this one did this. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Stupid.
I wasn't one of them.
Stupid.
Maybe the dagger.
I remember when
unlocked something
cutscenes were few and far between, and they actually meant something. It wasn't 30 seconds or 5 minutes of gameplay and then cutscene, and 5 minutes of gameplay in cutscene, and 5 minutes of gameplay in cutscene. It was 5 hours of gameplay in cutscene, 7 hours of gameplay in cutscene. You know what I mean?
But this is
I'm pissed.
more than the stone sense I know.
Pissed.
You don't like
because
what's happened.
how can this be worse
But
than what
it's
I
not gonna be a problem
than my
for us
worst
working
fears?
together.
How can you
Is
be
it?
worse than a nightmare? Because I've been doing this for 4 months and I've been sitting there. I've been awake at night thinking, how could they even manage to fuck it up? How could they even manage to do that? It's impossible. They cannot do this, and they prove me wrong each time. Wow. And then on top of that, you have to explain the lore to people like they're mentally unwell.
I'll find some place to
Embarrassing.
relax and try
Is
to
that the
reach
type of modern audience you're aiming for? The mentally ill and good job. You've done it. You have accomplished your goal. You have done it. You have made a game for good job. Congratulations. God, it's so bad. We went from having loving Varric and wanting him to actually narrate shit and be like, oh my god, Varric, oh, that's so good. And now it's shut the up. We're done with you. How can you make people hate their favorite characters? How can you even master that? How can you do that? I don't think I could do that even if I tried. What a video game, bro. It's a video game.
Nev, or Harding, must have put my pack here. Makes sense. Better place to sleep than the infirmary.
Why would you say that out
Guess I can spare a
loud?
few moments
Why
to
would you
unpack
say this
things.
out loud? Why would you say this out loud? Who talks to themselves like this? Who does that?
Varric and his life lessons. I asked him how we were supposed to stop Solus, and he gave me this. Take a long, hard look in it, kid. It'll always show the face of a hero who can get it done.
We have choices about the tattoos. The tattoos. We have more choices about the tattoos and your gender identity than you have on actual role-playing decisions in this game. Bruh.
Spent so much time figuring out each tattoo. Getting the design right in my head, finding an up.
I think the tattoo thing is even worse than the trans thing. Generally. You have more choices about deciding what your tattoos mean for you than anything else you can choose about this game. You have more choices about the gender identity than you do about your companions dying or living. Do you understand? That's what role-playing games is about. It's about you making your... That's not what that's about. It's about making your character look as either disgusting or hot as you want to, throw them in a universe, and then you get to shape the universe, deciding whether you want to be a good person, you know, a person that does the right thing under certain circumstances, a person that never does the right thing, or a person that, you know, chooses the hard path if they're pressed to. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, I'm trans, and that's somehow gonna change what? It's Gillenane gonna not fight you because you're trans? Does that matter at all in the large scheme of things? Is like Veilguard gonna be like, oh, actually I'm gonna fight you, like I'm also trans, so I think we should just like talk this out. Genuinely never touch a single video game ever in the history of ever. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna remember your names, and I'm gonna look for you in every single game that I play nowadays. I am. Every single bitch that has praised and gloated about being a writer for this game on Twitter, count your days. You're not gonna be writing anything but fan fiction like the rest of us delusional bitches until the day you die. Because let me tell you something. If I find you in another video game, I'm gonna sound the alarm. Everyone is gonna know that you're working on that game, and I'm gonna do my hardest for you to never have work in the industry for the rest of your life. You guys don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. You don't. You don't deserve it. You don't. Generally. Become another statistic. I don't care. You can blame it on me. You can blame it on me. I'll take it. I don't care.
Best drink of my whole life. Fresh water from this pitcher after Varric and I got out of the trap set by that double-crossing noble. We didn't know how close he was to the throne of Ravane.
Yeah. Keep talking to yourself, bitch. Keep talking to yourself. Keep talking to yourself.
Kicked out of the Lords of
Please,
Fortune
please, keep it up. Keep it up.
until
Keep it up.
the heat
Keep it up.
dies
Keep it
down.
up. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I want to apologise for surviving a double cross. But if me leaving helped the Lords handle the politics, it was a small price to pay.
What is she saying? What is she talking about? What is she saying? What is she talking about? Who talks? I'm autistic. I talk to myself. Who looks at a yes. That mask that I bought from AliExpress, you know, because someone paid me $50 to dress as a clown. I remember. Looking backwards, I don't know if it was a great choice. It was a choice that would shape my many years to come. But I guess it was fair. You know? At the end of the day, it was a good choice. I'm proud of myself.
Said he had no idea my people were such accomplished alchemists.
This is literally a lame-ass attempt of creating a background and giving your rook a personality. Except that instead of like doing that by talking to other people, this crazy talks to herself.
My final training project as an apprentice. I spent months finding the precise balance of energy flows to me.
Except. First of all, she's a Kunari. She doesn't go in a circle of magi. Okay? She doesn't do that. And now, all of a sudden, for you to like to become an enchanter, you have to have a project. Like, this is uni, mother. You stupid. You idiot. You dimwit. Tell me, put a hand over your heart and tell me this is a good game. This is game of the year. Tell me right now.
Back so soon. It must have been worse than I had thought.
Hello, Dreadwolf.
Ah, but perhaps I am mistaken. You may be here to correct me, to tell me that my concerns were unfounded. I am, after all, remembered as the god of lies.
This is the same conversation. This is the same conversation they had when they first spoke in the Fade. I wanna cry. I genuinely wanna kill myself. I genuinely wanna not be alive. What the f is going on? They're literally talking about the same again. This is the second conversation they have. And this is the same conversation as the first one. The same one.
I'm not here to debate whether what you said was accurate.
But to be clear, it was accurate.
I need to know what the gods are planning.
You are asking for knowledge no mortal in this world is privy to. If I am to share it with you, I need to know what makes you the right person to lead the fight against Algernon and Gillian.
I stopped you, didn't I?
You disrupted the ritual.
Yeah, I did. Even though I'm nowhere near as powerful as you.
Your plan is to tell me how powerful you aren't?
Back in the Lords of Fortune, I was hired to accompany this noble who was hunting for an old relic.
Please take me out of life. I need to be out. I don't wanna live anymore. I genuinely don't wanna do this anymore. I don't. Stop. One of my pet peeves, you can do whatever you want. You can tear my nails away. You can grab each individual eyelash and pluck it out. Shave all my hair. Please stop repeating yourselves. I don't want to hear about the Lords of Fortune and that noble that was hunting for an old relic and he double-crossed you. Please, stop talking. I don't want to hear it.
How do you know that?
You helped Varric pursue me for the better part of a year. It would have been foolish not to learn about who was hunting me.
I'm done.
Then you know that powerful opposition
I'm done.
doesn't...
I'm done. I'm genuinely done. I'm done. Out. This is worse than I could have ever imagined. Worse. And you can say that I'm a dramatic bitch, whatever. Listen, I don't know. And I'm not here at the end of the day. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. I'm not a game reviewer. I'm not, a journalist. I just play games because I like to play games. I don't understand how people can defend this shit. I really don't. And there's nothing I can do. But point out to what you've seen, okay? What you've seen for the past 3 hours of my life that I'm never gonna get back. I don't wanna get to know the companions. There's nothing, you know? As much as I played Dragon Age 2 and I didn't like the way that they repeated the environment and the cloned like encounters and whatever, at the end of the day, I played that game multiple times because I care about the companions. I wanted to like get to know about, you know, their romances, their individual romances, and all of that. So I played that, and I played Inquisition, and I pushed through it. It wasn't the best. I pushed through it, and I pushed through it because I like the companions, and I thought, hey, this kind of like train of thought, that this like politic, like of, oh, what would happen if the mages and templars like full on like went to war. I was invested in that. So I did that. I pushed myself and I played it because I care about the companions and I care about something. Even if it was minuscule, even if it was even barely there. I wanted to like see it, you know, come to fruition. I don't want to see anything of this game. I don't want to look at it. I dread and I hate the fact that it's downloaded in my computer. I hate that I own this game. Genuinely, I hate that I own this. And again, at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your money, it's your brain cells to burn. But bro, really? This is game of the year? This is a comfort game? This is a good game to you? Pushing aside the obvious, the name, the company that made it, the entire controversy, the top surgery scars, the woke aspect of it, taking all of that out of the equation, can you look in, not at me, not to me, can you look in the mirror and tell yourself this is a good game at the end of the day? Because I can't. This is not a good game, and this is the worst Dragon Age game that's ever gonna exist. So if you have bought it, refund it. I know that I just said I cannot tell you. I'm gonna tell you, refund it. Refund it. You have PC, pirate it. Don't pay for this shit. If you have played it and you have refunded it already, downvote it and like leave a negative review on Steam. I'm gonna do that. Terrible. They cannot keep getting away with this. They cannot keep like delivering mediocre and downright shitty games. And, you know, expect a pat in the back. They cannot. I'm done. This literally feels, I didn't feel like this with Dustborn. I didn't feel like this with Forspoken. I didn't feel like this with Unknown 9. It literally feels like I wasted my time. I wasted my time. This is 3 hours of my life I'm never getting back. There was nothing. There was nothing funny. There was nothing enjoyable. There was nothing that was so bad that it was good. Nothing. And I had to be very drunk. Very drunk to play this.